Okay, today we're going to talk about how to bake a waffle on the Stover 80 waffle iron, which was manufactured around 1920. Uh, this waffle iron is now being preheated. I do this on about medium heat. It's actually a little bit too hot there. And let's look at the inside of this. We do see that it flips over. Used to be this would be over the hole of a coal or wood burning cast iron stove. So as it rotated, it went down into that cavern. Actually, they do still work, as you can see, on either a gas oven or on an electric oven. The Stover emblem is actually on the side that has the square nubs, and then on the bottom side are actually cross-shaped nubs. This is kind of unusual. Not every waffle maker did this, and there is a reason for it, and there's a problem with it. And so I want to discuss both in this video. By way of contrast, looking at the Griswold waffle maker, and it's kind of hard to hold my camera and do this at the same time, we see that the top and bottom paddles are identical. And to the Stover company, who actually first patented this new design that we're looking at, this was a problem because the waffles would come out with different thicknesses, making it hard to cook. Although this one does do a very good waffle, and it's about 100, it was manufactured and patented in 1908. So right now we're in the preheating phase, and you can test the heat of your waffle iron by either putting a little drop of water on it and seeing if it splashes, or if you happen to have one of these handy dandy infrared thermometers, you can use them. It's $3.89. I'm going to shoot for 425 here, which is the ideal temperature. And you don't want, I find that if you vary that much, then it's hard to gauge when your waffles are done and so forth, because the timing is quite precision. So this is 492. It's just about right. I'm going to have to wait for the top to cool a little, and I think I'll lift the lid so it can do that while the bottom comes up to 425. You won't get it exact, but it'll be good enough. Now we're going to talk about actually the waffle batter, and the recipe for that is down below the YouTube video. There are many other recipes. The only thing that's really important is that you use the oil in it, and you can notice the proportion in the recipe. There's other things like flavorings like vanilla, which is now quite expensive. So when you do your trial versions of this, you may want to just stick with the basic ingredients rather than waste those more precious ingredients. It's important that this be the right thickness, about like this. You can see it's rather thick. Okay. Okay, it has finished reheating. It's about approximately 425. And so it's now time to put the batter in. If you look, I have the side with two concentric circles on top. When I lift the lid, you will notice that that is actually the side with the crosses on it. And it's important to have that on the top when you begin. Okay, I use a pump like this. It's non-aerosol, and this is actually grapeseed oil, which has a very high smoking point. That's what you want for putting on your grill plates. And then you take a brush and just thoroughly brush the oil in. Very important to concentrate on the axes in the middle so that you get lots of oil. I'll even give it a little extra here on that. Don't always have to use that much. I just want to be safe this time. Okay, now I'm going to pour my batter. Now I've set a timer for 3 minutes, and it's counting down. When it gets to 2:30, 2:30, then I'm going to lower the paddle. And I'm going to wait just a few more seconds. And I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to let it count down to where there's, I'm going to let it cook about a minute to a minute and a half longer. That's all it's going to take. Now I'm going to use this to lift the waffle out with. And it's done. I can put some maple syrup over that or whatever I might want to put. You can make any size waffles you want with this waffle maker. If you were really ambitious, you could go clear to the edge. I wouldn't do that when I was learning how to use it. Your oven temperatures and times will be different. The thing you got to remember is that it only takes about 2.5 minutes at the most to make one of these. And so you're going to have to pay attention on it. And I'm sure that for people who are used to keeping times on things, that will be no problem. So this is my instruction on how to use the Stover waffle iron. I do want you to look at the waffle. I just happened to think of that. It's got square nubs on one side and indentations on the other side, as opposed to indentations on both sides. And these square nubs, it goes out on this side, and on the opposite side it goes in, so that it's a uniform, consistent It's very crispy to feel in my hand. It smells wonderful. So I hope that you enjoy this particular waffle iron if you get either this one or one of the ones that's similarly fashioned with two different patterns on the plates. So wish you the best of luck and enjoy your waffles.